Okay, I think we are all set and ready to go. Howdy! Welcome back. So, yeah, patch day. Let's go. I'm glad to be back at FF14. You know, after watching the live letter, I mean the FanFest keynote and everything, I am pretty hyped for it. So yeah, this is I really did not expect this second part of patch 6.55 to hit this early. So yeah, I guess that's what we're doing today. You know, it's been a long weekend. It's very cold here. I woke up today and it was 47, 48 degrees in my room. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But yeah, it's been a long week, and I'm glad to be back streaming with everybody. So, you know, thanks a ton for coming and hanging out with me while we get through this new content. I have not decided how much we're going to do today. I know for sure we're going to do the MSQ. It's really all of the additional stuff. I don't know if I will do Manderville. You know, the MSQ, from what I understand, is supposed to be quite a bit longer than normal, since we're introducing a new character from what the previews have shown, right? So that's exciting. We're getting ready for Dawn Trail. This is essentially it. I mean, this is the patch, right? So, you know, it'll be a little bit longer than normal, especially, you know, since I usually have to read out everything and all of that. I don't know how much of this will be voice acted, but I think it'll be a fair amount. But either way, if it's a little bit longer than normal, you know, we'll just kind of play it by ear. You know, if we're still feeling good after MSQ and want to do Manderville and finish up our relic, we might. But we'll go at least the MSQ couple hours today, and kind of go from there. I can't remember if there is a new dungeon or anything associated with it. I don't think there is. I don't remember seeing it in the patch notes. But I know the trial is under Manderville, I believe. So, yes. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in here. It's nice to play something a little bit different than Elite Dangerous for a little bit. I've been going really hard on it just because it's nice and chill. I can just curl up while I'm reading my Sailor Moon mangas and just try and stay warm while I, you know, blitz through a bunch of systems. So this is really probably the first game in a couple of weeks at this point that hasn't been Elite Dangerous for whatever reason. So yeah, but you know, now that my streaming schedule is back to somewhat relatively normal, that means we are going to have, you know, quite a bit to catch up on. I am intending to get a lot of that done. Our hours are slowly being cut at work. You know, winter season kind of over, so you know, I'll have a little bit more free time. Don't worry, I'm still gonna have some kind of income, but yeah, that means more streaming time, and yeah, so you know, like, subscribe. We'll have some FF8, some Liza P, probably do a little bit more of the finals at some point in the future, because I'm really wanting to hop back into that with the Amos's patch. So yeah, we've got a lot to do. I'm very excited about it. Now, it will be kind of spotty at certain points, just getting a little bit of housekeeping done while we're back here. It is going to be a little spotty at points because I am going to be working on some stuff for the future of the stream. I mean, I know you guys know that I do that in a general sense, but now that my original model is in the works, first half is paid for, we're working on the sketches and line art now, which means I'm going to have to start working on logos, some marketing stuff, maybe some new art for, you know, bumper screens. It's going to be a lot, so a lot more than normal. It's very exciting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the channel. Finally, no longer being the free on booth guy. As good as this model has been to me over the years, it's time for my OC do not steal, right? So yeah, there's going to be a lot of planning that goes into that, in addition to, once the actual model is done, actually rigging the thing. So if it does seem like I am getting a little bit light on streams for a little bit, now you know why. It is for the channel. I am going to be doing my best to hop in here as often as I can. It's still a little bit of ways. You know, we're still in the sketching phase right now. It's going to be a bit before the model gets done. But, you know, the logos and the general theme that I want to go with, there's still a lot to be done on that front that I can go ahead and get started on. So just kind of giving you guys a heads up, but it will be worth it in the end. You know, a few months of being a little bit light, you know, maybe instead of doing 3 or 4 streams, I might only do 2 streams a week. But, you know, once we get the original model back, it'll be worth it. I'm very, very excited about it. So yeah, I just gotta wait for the our mama to finish up the art, and yeah, and I'll be doing this stuff on my end in the meantime. So just kind of a heads up on that front. But it is nice to finally be moving forward with all of that. I think I mentioned it last stream, but I know a lot of people watch me for my FF14 content that maybe didn't catch my Elite Dangerous stream where I mentioned all this. But yes, we are a go on the new model. Commission has been partially paid for, and she said it would take about a month to 2 months. We'll see. And then however long it takes me to learn Live 2D. But I am very excited about it. So yeah. so that's kind of the housekeeping. I don't really have anything else to add other than, yeah, just kind of keep an eye out this week for you know, finishing up Liza P probably at some point. Yeah, I'm very excited. Without any further ado, I don't want to be that guy that stalls the whole time, right? Let's go ahead, let's hop in here and let's start the MSQ and meet our Mommy Rothgar, shall we? Ira, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Baldesion request your presence at Charlayan at your earliest convenience. Ooh. Okay. Well, why not just start the quest in Charlayan? Why send me down here and then make me pay the 1,500 to go back north? I was already there. Indebted as I am to our friends, I'd hoped I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldesion Annex at once. Ojiko awaits my arrival. Wonderful. And I did see from the patch notes, I think we do get the first look at Picto, which I am so excited for Pictomancer. I really am. I never thought something would get me to, you know, would draw me away from Red Mage, but I am having the doubts. Meantime, I shall continue to showing Ejdiah the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is still much more for her to see. There she is. Cute. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. So I wonder if this is our goodbye to Varshan. I mean, I'm sure we'll have like one more goodbye at some point. Be like, hey, we're leaving the continent for a while, right? Thanks for everything. Yeah, I mean, his story's kind of done until Ejdiah grows up. It's, you know, he's been a good dragon the whole time. Yeah, I'm ready for the new adventures. But you know, I am very curious if this is a little bit longer MSQ, but there's no dungeon. Like, what are we gonna be doing? What else is gonna be involved here? I mean, I am excited to learn about what's going on in Tuyolol, or however it's pronounced, right? I want to know what's up over there. But yeah, is it really 2 hours of content? I don't know. We'll find out. Of course, maybe they were including Hildebrand in that too. I don't really know. Party, welcome to me. Thank you. Welcome to you too. I gather you received our message. I did. Ooh, Cryo and Graha. I'm so happy for Cryo getting the new job. I really am. I'm very, very excited about more Cryo content. Especially after finally playing 4. We're coming on such short notice. And forgive us for sending for you so soon after. That's a lot of 4s, okay. After your trials in the void, to say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. Oh, hey, she's acknowledging it. Yeah, you know, we met some gods, got some loot, good time. Even then, we weren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Aaronville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. Yeah, I wonder, like, what's Aaronville's role in all of this? I'm very curious. Imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there is someone who he wishes Kyra to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the studium. Shall we look for him there? Oh, he's up there in the Gleaner ranks, hanging out with the studium. He's moving up in the world. I'd probably be a Gleaner in real life. I think I'd have fun with that. Just send me on adventures to bring back cool stuff for museums. All I need is, you know, my backpack, some good shoes. Only it were that easy. Alright, I'm guessing that's where it is. Something... I can't explain it, just something tells me that this is where I need to be. It's a feeling deep in my bones. Where is he? Oh, voiced cutscene perhaps? Maybe? I hope so, because it's been a while. My voice needs a rest. Hello! What are you doing? News have you?
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important.
Yeah, just, plain Elite Dangerous. Play Elite Dangerous, it's a lot of fun.
I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Oh?
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
Oh.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce.
Oh?
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Show me the cat girl.
But it seems you've lost her.
Oh. Okay. I am very happy that, Jonathan Bailey came back for a few lines for this. I've been kind of worried about how the future of Graha is going to be now that he's an actual name, but I'm very excited to see him still back here.
Did she wander off?
It would seem that way.
Sorry, it's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us.
Oh, a candidate? I'm a candidate for something?
Sir, the adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
It's me.
Oh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Oh. Oh, so we're already getting a bit of story about what's going on with the throne. Interesting. Interesting. But now thought we had to choose between two champions. So who is the other champion? Who is it that's going to split the scions? Ooh, I'm curious. Love her. I love her so much already. Uliolol, okay.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Also notice she has a hat. Just throwing that out there.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The rite of succession, taking the form of a contest. It will determine who
Ooh.
next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible feats as if they were reeds. who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
Excuse me. I can also craft you some things if you would like a cool jacket to wear out in the streets. Please, please, don't forget what actually makes me money here.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down.
I mean, I ain't got anything else going on. We wrapped up the dragons. You know, Zero's kind of doing her thing. We got time. Why not?
Wooklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Oh. Graha with the knowledge. All right.
Tulihyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulja, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with 2 heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I had some questions there. Thanks for clearing that up. Just move past it. Don't think about it.
That is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Oh.
Hardly. I know little about your land and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me.
I like adventure. Is it warm? That's really the only bar that I have right now. Is it higher than 32 degrees right now?
No, this is only a rumor.
Oh, rumors.
Apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valiarmanda.
Oh, Valley Armanda. I wonder, is that like the Sky Dragon thing that we saw at FanFest? Like, we've already had Quetzalcoatl in, so it couldn't be that.
Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
I mean, I'm interested. You have my attention. It doesn't take much.
We're going to get along, you and I. Tural has no shortage of unexplored frontiers and deadly fiends. You'll never want for excitement, I promise you.
How many gods does it have? That's the important question here. I need to know exactly how many I'm going to be beating up in the course of my adventure. That's really that's what I'm here for. That's my job. It's the one purpose in life for this small, very angry lizard.
Put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
If it's not golden, but very purple. I am intrigued.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Oh? So do they know each other? That's what I wonder.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Oh?
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
All right. How many bear asses are we getting today? This is our standard greeting for new adventurers in this land. Find some bears, get ass. That's really... It doesn't get much simpler than that. I guess they do know each other from way back. Maybe they grew up together. Maybe that's where Aaronville is from. I am excited to like learn more about him, and apparently the fact that he's a major character in this expansion. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy the Scions are here, but you know, it's nice to let them take the back seat for a little bit, so we can meet new people, make new friends, beat up new gods, you know, all the standards. Okay. A chance to see not only Tyrol, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mine. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. Alright. Not certain what might be a suitable location for her hunt, however. Was the guide earlier. I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. What a name. There not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. Believe that they've been settled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition. Wait, is this where we did the new variant dungeon? Is that the Isle of Ham? I can't remember the name of it. I basically got my mount and was like, alright, that's cool. The isle isn't far, and we would also be helping those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tyrol. I like the axe. The bone axe. This creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have the chance to get acquainted. And then there's Kryl, and her mysterious letter. Ooh. We can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. Oh, she's gonna learn a job. Speed running this. It is games done quick. She's taken part in the 1 to 90 challenge. The rest of you are ready. Let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. Let's go. Don't have to tell me twice. I smell a solo duty coming on. Now, it's been a while since I've actually played the game, so we'll just have to see how this goes. I don't think it'll be too bad, but I'm still very, very much in spaceship mode right now. But yeah, if you guys have already played through this, I hope you had a lot of fun with it. You know, I'm hoping this is what people have been looking for. I know it's been kind of a bit of a down period in FF14. You know, it's the end of an expansion, right? It's going to happen. Happens in any MMO. But I feel like people were so excited from the FanFest that this is, yeah, this should do it, right? It's just a shame that we're getting all of this content that is essentially Dawn Trail content without actually getting Dawn Trail, because I really, really want to make my Femroth. Oh, so we do have a dungeon, it looks like. Oh wait, no, that was previously, okay. To take a ship, and I've barely set foot on dry land. Oh, well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt. Come on, let's get going. Uh-oh, several cutscenes. Well, it can't be that bad. I feel like it's been a pretty happy experience so far, so let's just keep the boat sailing, shall we? Ugh. Progress will be saved. Alright, so yeah, we definitely got a solo duty in here somewhere. Proceed. Oh, yeah, I remember Isle of Ham now. Okay. I forgot that was the name of the isle. I just know it by the
From
dungeon
here, we
names.
must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember,
Okay.
we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Is true.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
Oh, who's Koana? Can't just go name dropping like that.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
Oh, a brother, you say?
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
Hmm.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kono's my second older brother. And until recently, he was a student in this city.
Oh, so he was a student. Interesting.
He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studio. Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
Hmm.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret.
Hmm, how convenient. Although I kind of always figured that people in the studio were already pretty well off. Like, I feel like top tier university like that. You basically gotta know someone, right?
Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see.
Ah, Makote, interesting.
One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
All of this is very suspicious. But, you know, I'm just here to beat some stuff up. I'll let the
Researchers should be
politics
up ahead.
go to the
Let's find them
politicians.
and learn what you can.
So the researchers have already made their way here after we cleared out the dungeon. Okay. They're doing their own thing now. Oh, okay. We're doing this.
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
The tower? Alright. Seems like a different path than the one we
Ordinary
used.
harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me.
I know these guys. They're not bad.
Part of Phil.
Now, I didn't see anything in the patch notes regarding, like, potency or anything like that, so should be not too bad. Only changes I saw were really PvP related. I did see that they changed up the frontline stuff a little bit. I'm kind of curious how that might go. I've been trying to do a little bit more frontline on some of my ults lately, more than normal.
Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, I might go and give it a look. Apparently there's a new ice map. I don't mind Frontlines, to be honest. Like, I actually kind of enjoy it, but because they're so long, I can only really do maybe a couple of rounds before I'm kind of burned out of it. It's not like Crystal and Conflict. I don't know, just something with the smaller scale of CC makes it a little bit easier for me to just like hop in and you know, chain run it. Probably because it feels a little bit more like a traditional, you know, competitive game, like an arena game, right? You're the one who answered our petition. And you saved our star. Would that our meeting was under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here. Okay. Find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. Okay. So give me just a moment. I can finish checking our equipment. Well, you know, after I came and cleared out the place, I probably threw the ecology in out of balance.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
All right. You know, I cleared out all of the apex predators, which means something else had to move in. We don't really think about these things when I'm on a quest, right? I'll let the researchers deal with the consequences. I'm no scientist. It's fortunate. Creature of unknown origins. Believe its presence has affected the local fauna. Animals beyond the gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Search for traces of the beast. Alright. My big thing is, why is everyone so suspicious? I mean, you know, she just wants to send me on a quest. It could be that she wants me to do all of the work, and you know what? I'm fine with that. How much you paying? You don't really have to act suspicious on my behalf. I'll do it. I don't. My bar is very low. As long as your coin sack is very large. Horn to shred, sharp talons.
I've seen their like before.
A bird of some kind, huh?
It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
See no tracks. Probably because it's in the sky. But I would assume. Ah, tattered plumage.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
Or perhaps it's a dinosaur. Maybe it's a big old raptor. That'd be cool too. I feel like we haven't really fought too many dinos. It's very odd given how many dinosaurs have become kind of an FF staple, right? Ew.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Ah. Hell, I guess they're too far apart for me to AoE. That's fine. Alright. Come on, Wood Lamont. I'm outpacing you here. I gotta do a little better than that. Ooh. Nice.
Report what we found.
Well, we found a bird. That's really about it. It looks like most every other bird I've fought. It's taken care of. You're free to go. Uh-oh, there she goes again. Oh, there it is.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
And if she's having this much fun on this island, I really need to show her the steps. She may never leave.
What is that thing?
I don't know. Oh, it's a giant colibri. Okay.
It speaks?
I guess they don't have parrots in I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing everything this entire expansion. I apologize ahead of time. Tulialal, there we go. Heading towards the falls, okay.
Stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Look, Aaronville, if you're gonna go on an adventure with me, we need you to start lifting a little bit. I know you think you got the backpack. You'll be fine. You stick with me, kid. You gotta pull your weight. That's all I can really say. All right, let's go.
Come, Woklamat.
Right.
Whew. That looks fun. Coming soon to a mall near you. We'll find a way to monetize it.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Uh-huh.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat. Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
I do appreciate that the first thought is, what's it going to taste like? I feel like that's a very natural response. It's basically how our ancestors acted. Find a new creature, can we eat it?
Although you like birds, I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I enjoy seeing my teeth.
Alright. Yeah. It's kind of melting, isn't it? Let's see, what did it sink me to? 660? Alrighty. Pecking Flurry. Okay. Uh-oh. Just this again? Alright. It is rather large. Come to me. Yeah, man, I gotta remember all of my mechanics. It's been a while. Stay out of the orange. Oh, that's cool. All right. Another pecking flurry. Okay. Doing this again. Yeah, get out. All right. Oh. Thank you, Graha. There we go. Not like I haven't done this a few thousand times at this point. Wow, 30 seconds for that. Seems a bit overkill. Oh, I gotta get them out too. All right. Yeah, easy enough.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. You can move now. We cleared the mechanic. There we go. We do now another pecking flurry. Okay. Gonna be this time. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Of course it goes out of range. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're doing the all fight again. I see. All right. Let's see. I'll let her do the AoE. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that animation. That's pretty sick. I don't think I've ever seen that in the game before. Easy enough. All right, not too bad. That was fun. Got to see some new stuff. Can't complain. It's a pretty long solo duty. Come to think of it. Between the boss fight and actually running around.
And I had barely limbered up.
Oh?
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Oh, she's scared. She's a scaredy cat. Yeah, get it.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you.
I mean, at the end of the day, she kind of launched herself headfirst into it anyway, so... I mean, that's what a hero is, right? Overcoming your fears. Not having no fear. Oh.
But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks? Dirty tricks?
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Oh? Round two?
Leave this to me.
Yeah, here we go. Wow, I can't believe that we already get to see it in the game. In the Moogle Beam! Moogle Beam! Excellent. I love it. I love it. I really want to know how it plays. I want to know what it feels like. Because I really want to give it a shot. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
Well, I mean, she's sitting out on the sidelines for this long. I'd be one to rush in too.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas,
Aw.
it seems I missed most of the action.
Well, I think Wuklamot is going to be pretty easily impressed by a lot of things at this point.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate.
Ah, that's true. Yeah.
I chose to provide support from afar rather than join you.
Yeah. Trying to keep an eye on us through the ethereal spyglass, which was probably no fun, seeing how much fun we were having.
It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit circumstances,
I love it.
by considering how I might best contribute.
And I do like how it works. Like, it makes perfect sense, right? Putting ether into the paint.
And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon
Realm!
Pictomancy.
Amazing. Amazing. It all comes full circle. I mean, it's one thing to have a job in a gear, but to actually, like, name her in the game, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style.
That is true.
What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yeah, what's in that letter?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives.
Ah, the letter. The letter that caused 1,000 misconceptions. Caused a lot of molding about Green Mage, right?
The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name.
Luja?
Someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
I kind of see why Graha's kind of suspicious now. Like, how do we know the Wuklamad is really Gulu Jaja's adopted daughter? I mean, we don't really know. I guess we'll find out. Again, not my problem. Just beat things up. Let other people deal with the consequences.
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this.
Okay, that was fast.
Given how culturally diverse Tuliyollal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one.
Interesting.
The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no?
Kind of like Chinese, when you really think about it. I was reading, I guess maybe it was on NPR that I was listening to, like how they standardize the Chinese language. It was kind of cool. Yeah. And there's like contests to try and make like the official language and all this stuff. It was very interesting. I definitely recommend reading up on it if you get the chance.
This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent then?
I mean, it still doesn't necessarily confirm that she's Galujajas. That's, yeah, we're gonna have some trouble with this expansion. I'm already feeling it, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't confirm that she's his daughter, but it does at least confirm where she's from. Like, anyone in Tuliyollal would know this stuff. So, yeah, at least we know she's from there. What other secrets might be kept? I don't know.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
Awfully sus.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyollal.
Give me just a moment. I need to check something in the settings here. Let's mess with this just a little bit. All right, I noticed my last stream, my noise gate was kind of getting a little iffy. All right, let's get back to it.
I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there.
Hmm.
In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
You don't know. It could be the poisonous bird. I know some sharks and fish you can't really eat. But you know what? You won't know until it's over the fire, right?
We're eating that.
Yeah, man, it's just a big chicken. Maybe a little stringy. Yeah, the Unending Codex, that thing. I keep forgetting it exists. Well, I've pacified in the researcher's safe. Our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the Calibri meat. Better or worse, there's really only one place we can take it to here on Shoreland. Yeah. Back to the last stand we go. I mean, I'm a level 90 Cole. I even have a fancy frying pan now. I even have my fancy frying pan. Why not use that? I mean, dude, look at this. Is that not good enough? Not good enough for you, Graha? I get no love. I get no love after all of the gil and time that I put into this. No respect for my artisanal merit. Alright. It is kind of annoying that they put so many quests down here now. And they don't have an Aetherite down there. I mean, I guess they want you to walk around the city a little bit. It's true that once they put an Aetherite there, I don't even really see half of the buildings. Alright. The famished face if I've ever seen one. What can I get you, Kyra? Can you cook this bird that's the size of a school bus? To me, I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I learned recently from the sailors. You lot, it's all in the house. Oh? You don't even know what it tastes like. Is it gamey? Is it stringy?
Come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together.
That does look good. Even in pre-dawn trail textures, it's kind of making me hungry.
I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveler ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
Oh, I think I know this traveler. Didn't wear another fancy hat like I do, did she?
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
It's nothing. I can handle.
Oh dear. Wuklamat goes to a crawfish boil and just immediately dies.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Well, now that I think about it, I guess what she's saying is true because Aaronville would know, right? Like, surely, unless they're in on something together, but yeah, I mean, it's early enough. I'm allowed my conspiracy theories. I'm allowed my randomly, extremely far off base rants, right? Yeah, if they have known each other since kids, I guess everything she says is legit, or he would know. Does he?
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing
Oh?
more.
Oh? There's something going on here, Aaronville. Something between the lines you're not telling us.
I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
That's fair. I mean, it's not like I'm eager to tell people that I'm from Missouri of all places, right?
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long.
Completely random, but I think I only just now noticed that Kryle's teacup is vaguely reminiscent of the Starbucks logo. I like that. It's very fitting. Very clever way of doing it.
The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
Okay.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
So it's a fairly young nation then, if it's only 80 years old. Again, I guess most of Eorzea is like that,
We've
huh?
enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
Okay. So 4 claimants, but only 3 in practicality for whatever reason. Is it Aaronville?
Man who's too ambitious by half.
Oh, okay.
Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
I mean, did they not hear about how our alliance just kind of destroyed Garlemald? I mean, kind of kicked their butts. Is this dude really interested in going up against that now? I mean, I basically single-handedly took down a tower. I went to the moon over this thing, man. He really want to fight?
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it.
Okay, so it's basically 3 siblings against 1. All right.
No matter what, I must win this contest.
What about the other 2? The other 2 fine with it? Where's this all go?
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it.
Yeah, you know, if you're trying to preserve peace, that includes branching out and making new friends overseas, I would assume, right? Like that's what being the king would be all about. If this Galu Jaja wants peace.
The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well.
I mean, I've only been given one dialogue option. I don't know how you got all that from me beating up a bird, but okay.
And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal?
Yeah, sure. In 6 months, when the expansion comes out.
You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
I mean, it'll be some time. Heads up.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
I mean, there's a lot to go around. I think you're fine. Yeah, it is interesting because obviously in the trailer, Galu Jaja looks like a big scary creature, right? He's fighting your warrior of light, he's fighting Meteor. But by all accounts, he seems like a pretty chill old lizard, right? So I'm curious. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to fight him at some point in the expansion because we have to prove ourselves worthy of helping. That's just how anime rules work. But yeah, it seems like he's a pretty kindly ruler overall. Very worldly. Wuklamat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say, but I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, as past time I reported our mission's success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. Come by the annex later then. Interesting. I wonder why Aaronville's so hesitant about discussing everything. It just seems very odd. I say we now have a fair grasp of Wuk-Lamott's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenon is bound to have some information on the continent. Right. And not only would it help you make an informed decision, but if you do choose to go, you would be better prepared for what awaits. Come, my friend, let us be off to the archives. Okay. I mean, I've been knee-deep in Sailor Moon manga for the past couple days, so it's probably time to change it up, get something a little more worldly. Okay, so I need 4 books. Got it. Yeah, I am excited about Solution 9 and seeing what that city has to offer. I'm guessing that's going to be what the actual City of Gold, quote-unquote, is. I just really hope that it'll be like... I can remember the name. I don't know why I'm blanking on it all of a sudden. Rogger's Reach. There we go. Where we can mount up. Because obviously, being on Balmhook, I want to be able to RP in the city. Being stuck in rush hour traffic with my regalia. Like, let's make it happen, Yoshi P. You have the power. Drive into the club. You people RPing the valets out front. I'm pretty excited for it. I don't know. I know some people are very split on it. I kind of like the futuristic stuff in some of my Final Fantasy stuff, mostly for the RP purposes. You know, it's okay to change things up every now and then. You kind of have to with a game this long, you know? Blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallachie. Huh. Interesting. So this is where blues come from. Tribe holds nature in the highest and is seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it. They have learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. Yeah, about that. It's just, no one tell them. Thanks for teaching them for the common tongue. I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It's so named for the cerulean deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. A shaman's watchful eye, I'd finally managed to master the Wallachie's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The significance it holds to the Wallachie, I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom this noble magic was born. And now it's used for WWE Fightman carnival times. Honestly, not a bad way to go. We'll adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tural. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, and even the ubiquitous popato, these crops and more that regularly grace Eorzean dining tables trace their origins to the New World, as the place is now known to most. Huh. So even the popato, interesting. The land of the Lalas. We finally learned their origins. This culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when a Lominsan sailor named Hedenram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. Hedenram spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the sprawling nation of Mamulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. And then he accidentally gave them all the plague. Ram would return to Tyrol several times, but during his first expedition he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Limsa Lominsa. He was far from the only bounty. Many tantalizing recipes, such as the bean-filled burrito, and gripping legends such as that of the Golden City, reached our shores by way of his ship. Outside of Ken and Ram's circle, Tyrol largely remained shrouded in mystery, yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. I am ready to build my level 100 coal relic weapon. Send me to the spice. The spice must flow. Where this one? Okay. Surprised these aren't just like surrounded by a billion people right now. The land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Tyrol is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist that are rarely seen on this side of the Indigo Deep. Selects a variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. The alpaca. Very fluffy. Makes good sweaters. The mountain ranges, this four-legged beastkin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds if not thousands of years. Soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers. Other strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. The wyver, there we go. Gonna finally run into some wyver. Excited for that. We've seen our share in our travels through all of the Final Fantasy games so far. Ken is native to the dense jungles of Tyrol. The Mamulja have succeeded in taming them and utilize their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the wyver is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valagarmonda, so this is what was mentioned earlier, right? Bird-like creatures, the mightiest of beasts, and very embodiment of nature's power. So I'm guessing this is what was previewed at FanFest. Yeah. Valagarmonda. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. We know it exists because Yoshi P showed us the slideshow. But in what context, we don't know. Probably just be a regular dungeon boss, because that's where all of these big mythical beasts end up being. Didn't think Quetzalcoatl would just be a dungeon boss. Like, I figured it's an important enough Esper that it should have been a trial, but no. Can't win them all. There's too many to go around. Begin comparing the geopolitical characteristics of the three great continents and Tyrol. Former stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. The latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. That's true. You know, I guess I never really thought about it. You know, obviously we know Garlemald is cold. But, yeah, we don't really have our version of, like, a Stranglethorn Vale. So I guess that's where Tyrol comes into play. You don't really think about it until you see the map expanded, and yeah, we really haven't gone that far south. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. Case in point is the Alligans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east to Ilsabard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tyrol waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it until the leader of the Mamulja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament of the Autark's greatness. Autark, okay. Speak with the reference page. Hey, how about you let me back in the Forbidden Books room so I can get some G-pose shots? How about that, buddy? It was that easy. Just talk to the mammoth. Let me back in. I missed my opportunity. Scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are a few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tural, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. I did. Let's continue this outside. These mammoths do not take kindly to chatter. And of course, it's playing float the whole time. If you need another pierced arrow to the heart. And I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tural within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? Patos. Of course. As have I. Despite having just enjoyed a hearty meal, I found myself craving papatos. They keep well. They were a boon to sailors. It was that same property that allowed them to survive the voyage to Eorzea. The book also mentioned a method of preservation which sees papatos repeatedly frozen and dried. The resultant product was apparently used in a stew by people in mountainous regions. I should like to sample that dish one day, that and all the unique cuisines of the vast continent. And I just ate and I'm already getting hungry again. Why has this game got to do this to me? Moving on, did you perchance learn aught of the fauna of Tural? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. Yeah, I'm curious about Valag Armada. I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against this fell beast, because I will. You can't just name drop it and not expect me to beat it up. That's just how this game works. I know the rules, Graha. Fortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that ruled the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists. I mean, I've already fought a whale. And you can't really get much bigger than the sky whale, right? I thought I heard... Oh, Alize! What are you doing here? Hi. Good seeing you guys again. It's been a while. Didn't expect to see him this patch. Getting into the two of you here. Have you some research of your own, do you? Hey, we hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlane people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Ratzatan, they will look to foster relations with other nations. That includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how our neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of the two of you? What endeavor brings you here this day? Yeah, so female Rothgar exists now. Seems kind of important. Might want to meet her. She's kind of sus, but also kind of funny. I like her. Nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tural. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We do well to read on the Tulialal ourselves. In contest, is Kyra the only one allowed to help Wuklamat? I mean, there was no mention of such restrictions as I recall. On the contrary, Wuklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. And thus a split was formed as we meet the brothers. Know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alpha Node. We have planning to do. What the hell is they? Wait. It would seem our plans have changed, if you'll excuse me. And that's all the screen time they get. It was good seeing them. Either way. Never rest on their laurels. Come, let us return to the annex. It is interesting that Graha's like only been out of the tower for a little bit now, and he's already kind of taken the leadership role just by virtue of hanging out with me. I just have that effect, I guess. We still have a lot of curiosities in terms of some of the other characters and whatnot that were shown on the key art, right? Like the official poster art. Everyone's wondering like who the lady at the top is, and you know, some other stuff. People mad that half the Scions are gone. Look, they already got the Endwalker poster. Like you gotta give other characters a shot, right? But yeah, I'm guessing those are going to be the siblings, right? I mean, I feel like that's really the only way that this is leading. Like, we got to learn who the other three are, two of which seem kind of cool with us, and then one that I'm guessing has something to do across the bridge that could end up being, like, leading into the main villain of the next arc. I don't know.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Worklamat's request?
I mean, I'm taking it. Why you know me, Graha? Why are you asking? Never say no to a new adventure. That would be me. You know this. We've known each other how many years now?
Ha! I thought you might say that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well.
Yeah, then why you gotta be so sus, Graha? You just jealous someone else is moving into my my purview? Like, what's up? Why you acting so sus?
Be it
Tell me your
contest
concerns.
or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not?
It is true. It is what I do.
Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenon. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core.
I mean, you're coming along too, buddy. Like, why you acted like you're staying behind? Why you acted so sus about me going? Like, you're allowed to join me. Like, either you want the adventure or you don't, man. Make up your mind. Ah, the sleet gray skies of Charlayan.
And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea.
Oh? Hit me with it, buddy. What do you got?
I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Oh? What's this? What secrets are you keeping? Oh ho! A spy in our midst. Someone's jealous. That's what it comes down to. He's just jealous. We're going on we're going on vacation to the Bahamas without him. He's not gonna let that happen. Him and Arianje got some margaritas waiting. Alright, she's currently with the others in the chambers. If you like, I can go and fetch them. Sure. Please wait in the main hall. Okay. Well, the Scions couldn't stay apart for that long. We tried. We made an honest effort. But, you know, tiki time on the beach, you can't just leave them out of that.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then.
Oh, you knew the answer before you even asked. You ain't gotta tell me twice. Let's do it. Let's go.
Then you need me as much as I need you. Together we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
The gang's all here. It's all coming together now.
Alphano, Alize, what are you two doing here?
I mean, we did kind of wrap up everything in Garlemald, right? Like, they explicitly said, hey, y'all, thanks for the help, but we kind of need to build our own thing after a certain point. So, sure.
Earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
Learned about that, huh?
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
First impressions last.
It is true. He's not wrong.
Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphano Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
It is true.
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors.
Ah.
We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
All right, so how are the other four gonna handle this? Because we still got Thancred and Urianger. We're just two dads going to the beach, right? But then we also got Estinian and Y'shtola. How are they gonna get involved? What are their thoughts about this whole contest?
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers, and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on this city.
Oh, so he is an adventurer at the heart. Come on, Erenville. You're among friends here. You can let it out. What's up, Cryle?
As I recall, Cryle, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
Oh, interesting. I mean, that would explain. Yeah, that would explain if Jonathan Bailey got a little busy, right? But then he's in the trailer, so we don't know for sure.
But Raha...
Oh.
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
Yeah. Piston palm, not head.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
Oh, what's this? Is it part of the new map?
There.
Nice.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loperids. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
A little small compared to the other one, but it'll do. Oh, the Endwalker theme. Nice. And now we just wait for 7.0. Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. But I am very curious why Graha is in the trailer but apparently staying behind. I mean, it is a trailer, but usually they're pretty good about that kind of thing, right? Oh. But about keeping the story relevant. Yeah. We still got some secrets and surprises. Obviously, Thancred. Oh. So we're getting some cool art. Nice. We'll let this scroll a bit. But yeah, obviously we've got Thancred and Urianger. It's up to something secret. Y'shtola's not going to miss out on this. But how this all comes together, I don't know. I'm very curious. Yeah, I love the concept art. This is pretty. I wonder if a lot of this stuff is in the Encyclopedia Eorzea's. I need to wait for the third one to come into our shop so I can get it. But yeah, I'll probably end up picking it up whenever we get a few in. Oh, that one of Kryl is so cute. But it's the wrong weapon now. She's changed. She's changed. So, yeah. This was a little shorter than I thought, though. You know, it's basically just a quick introduction, right? But yeah, I'm really excited. I cannot wait for Dawn Trail. I don't think I'm going to be able to... We'll go ahead and... no, we'll let it run. We'll let it run for a little bit. But, you know, I don't think we're going to have enough time to actually do Hildy today. But, yeah, I had a good time with this. Like I said, it was a little shorter than I thought, but it packed in a lot. You know, it's a lot of exposition, but introducing a new character and a new land, like, I don't necessarily hate it. I learned a lot of new things about Tural. I really like Wukalamat. I'm excited to see more of her throughout the course of the expansion. Yeah, this is Thancred. But yeah, it does leave me kind of curious about a couple of things. But it's not like an anxious wonder, right? Like, it's not like I'm super upset or like worried about the characters going into the next expansion. It's kind of a nice change of pace after the past few. Usually you hit this point and you're like, oh man, oh god, what's happening next? How is things gonna go wrong? This actually feels like it's an adventure, right? Like it feels like something very positive is about ready to happen, and it's kind of nice. Kind of nice after Shadowbringers and Endwalker and even Stormblood. I mean, just constantly ramping up the pressure, right? So, yeah. But yeah, I hope everyone else had a good time with it, and I'm really excited for Wuklamon. I am really excited about the Pictomancer too. I really did not expect what like at all that we would actually see some of the effects and stuff already in. But I guess they yeah, I guess they got some of it done, and it works with the old engine enough that they were able to put it in. So that's exciting. I am really excited for the graphics update and seeing how some of these character models are after it's all said and done. Okay, there we go. CBU 3. There we go. All right, so this is all stuff we've seen before. So yeah, this I am very excited. No more, hopefully no more Kryl square hands, right? Square fingers. You know, most of the time I don't really pay much attention to it, but it was kind of noticeable this time. Maybe it's just because we just got back from FanFest and is seeing all of those nice new graphical updates that it just kind of is really apparent now. I would guess Wuklamot's not all that much different from what she's going to look like, though. The shaders will obviously be a lot different, but in terms of the actual mesh and model design, I can't imagine they decided to go in and model her twice, right? So I imagine she'll look pretty similar, just furrier, you know? Wonder about your passage to Dural. Erenville will arrange a ship through his guild. You only need to worry about your own preparations. When the departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something. It will be the late July, early August at the Knapsack. That's cool. Oh, is this a new fashion accessory item? That'd be kind of cool. Meanwhile, Limsa. You gotta be more. There's a lot that goes on in Limsa depending on your server. Ah, there he is.
When does the next ship set sail?
So gruff about it. Bonestinian, lighten up. You're in your casuals now.
May I ask your destination? The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time. West, you say?
Fair. Everyone else has these grand designs, and Estinian's just bored. Just like, you know what? I want to go somewhere I've never been. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair enough. Old man wandering. Going on his midlife crisis motorcycle journey down Route 66. Oh, Arianje? What note have you?
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious
Oh, so they
ways.
were already going for another reason. Interesting. Perhaps this is how the party is split.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
Oh?
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition.
Oh? I don't seem that upset about it.
Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
What are you planning?
Oh, how could I
What games
possibly
are afoot?
knowing what's to come?
Oh. City of Fortune, perhaps.
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember.
I guess they're even, the voice acting is trying to make them sound even more suspicious. Like, they're not going to turn on their friends.
My friend, we make for Taral.
They just have something afoot, you know? A friendly wager, as it happens to be. And then there's me. Just, you know, looking for some gods to punch. Already beat up the 12. Where can I go from here? Where's a certain cat mom? Not Wooklamat. You know the one.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Aw, damn it. I haven't. But now's the time.
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World.
They do exist. He was telling us. Right, Emmett. We're gonna go on the journey you've tasked us with. We'll always remember. Night is high and dawn of a new adventure night. Yay! Woo! Give me my backpack. Path beyond. Ah. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. It's gonna be a long 6 months, but, you know, what can we do? Personal effect. Fashion accessories. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy. Look at that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for adventure. Yeah, this was fun. I genuinely have no clue how this is all gonna turn out. I really want to know what Y'shtola and Graha are doing to end up there in the trailers. Thancred and Urianger up to secretive missions. It's probably not that secretive. You just now notice the lighting on the statue. That looks really nice. But yeah, I'm ready for Dawn Trail. But you know, we got a little bit more to do here first. Yeah, I got to get my relic and finish Tataru's Grand Endeavor and all of that. But a lot of that'll probably be off stream, or if I do it on stream, maybe we'll do that tomorrow at some point. Maybe another stream later today or something. I'm going to take a little break for now. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be on a new adventure. I'm ready for it. I'm excited. So, aha. But yeah, it's exciting to be back in. We're going to be adding this into a little bit more of the rotation. Just come in, hang out, you know, lead up to Dawn Trail, remind people that yes, I do still play FF14 quite regularly. But that being said, it's cold in here. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my heat, get some errands done with my day off. And maybe I'll even go get a haircut. Who knows? It's getting pretty desperate. But yeah, thanks a ton, everybody, for hanging out. Happy 6.55, everybody. And yeah, I will see you in the future with more FF14 content. I'm ready to go. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the middle/beginning of your week. Bye-bye.